Breaking news today. Allies advise patience as Israel considers Iran's strike retaliation. After Iran's unprecedented attack on Israel on Monday, calls for moderation grew as fears that the conflict could escalate Middle East tensions and drive the two sworn adversaries to war. While visiting China, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz called Israel's deterrence of 300 drones and missiles a success that should maybe not be thrown away, urging it to de-escalate. "We will do all in our ability to prevent a flare-up and escalation," Macron told BFM TV. According to a media report, Israel's War Council convened for the second time in 24 hours on Monday to consider different reactions to the attack, but did not decide. According to Channel 12, Israel wants to hurt Iran without starting a war. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet met for over 3 hours to discuss possible reactions to the airstrikes, which followed an Israeli raid on Iran's embassy compound in Damascus that killed several high-ranking commanders. According to Kan radio station, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told Likud ministers in a private meeting that Iran's missile launch requires a sensible reaction. According to the source, Iran should carefully await the blowback, as Israel did before the attack late Saturday evening. According to the broadcaster, a high-ranking official said Israel will notify the U.S. before executing a counterattack to give U.S. soldiers in the vicinity time to prepare for Iranian retaliation. A senior U.S. government official said President Joe Biden advised Netanyahu to think carefully and strategically about risks of escalation on Sunday. In the Israeli government, far-right politicians want immediate and harsh action. The war cabinet lacks hardliners. "The greatest thing for Israel is to realize this has been a failure for Iran," Cameron told Times Radio. He said Israel had the right to retaliate, but Britain wanted Israel to consider with intellect as well as passion. Western leaders warned Tehran. Iran's first direct attack on Israel was a grave escalation that should not have happened, said Scholz. After the nighttime incident, the German Foreign Office summoned Iran's ambassador, a spokeswoman said. Iranian officials summoned the German, French, and British ambassadors on Sunday due to their irresponsible positions. Even Russia, which uses Tehran-supplied military drones in its assault on Ukraine, urged Israel and Iran to behave. In conversations with Israeli National Security Council Chairman Zaki Hanegbi, Russian Security Council Secretary Nikolai Patrushev stressed the necessity for moderation on all parties of the crisis in the Middle East in order to prevent its escalation, Russian state agencies said. In conversations with numerous colleagues, Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amirabdollahian called his country's attack on Israel legitimate defense. Amirabdollahian again slammed the April 1 attack on Iran's embassy compound in Syria, which killed 7 people, including 2 top commanders, in a call with EU foreign policy leader Josep Borrell. Israeli officials have not denied airstrike responsibility. According to his ministry, Amirabdollahian claimed Iran had no alternative but to punish the Zionist regime as part of its lawful defense. Amirabdollahian has spoken to Saudi, Syrian, Indian, Qatari, Egyptian, and Maltese foreign ministers, according to his ministry. Iran's foreign minister warned Sergei Lavrov of retaliation if Israel retaliates. Earlier Monday, Israel's Home Front Command relaxed civilian restrictions while awaiting the Iranian attack. The injunction restricted workplace and public gatherings and educational activities. High-risk zones like Gaza Strip and Lebanon remain exempt. Only 30 people can gather outside and 300 inside. Citizens must also be able to rapidly find shelter in an emergency.